Becoming a parent often involves sacrifices. For my next guest, that sacrifice came early, at 16 years old. That's when Zoe Hudson became a mom and when she left high school behind. But now she's done something she once thought was impossible. She graduated high school and she's going to college for pre-health sciences in the fall. Zoe joins me in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Well, set the stage. You were 16. What was going on in your life at that time?
Honestly, I don't really know. I was kind of falling out of school, not really making the smartest choices. And I found out I was pregnant at 16 years old, and that was definitely terrifying. And I dropped out of high school and didn't think I was going to finish.
What led to your final decision to drop out? Was it the pregnancy? Was it the fear of balancing it? Or was it, how did that decision get made?
I definitely say the embarrassment of pregnancy at the age. I didn't want to be made fun of. I didn't want to have to go to school and deal with, the looks or the hearing what people had to say about me. So I definitely just made the choice to drop out to try and protect my mental health while I was pregnant.
Were you worried when you dropped out what you would do or how you would provide for your baby?
Honestly, yeah. I know I have an amazing support system between my parents and my child's grandparents. I always knew I'd have an amazing support system that was there to back me up if I needed the help, but I definitely wanted to provide the best life I could on my own for my son. So I was worried dropping out of high school, I wouldn't be able to do so because I never thought I was going to get the motivation to go back to school.
But you did. So what happened that pushed you to return to school?
Honestly, I want to say after getting out of the newborn trenches and stuff, I realized, hey, I need to do something that is gonna provide for my son and give him the best life ever, because my parents were able to provide a great life for me, and that's all I ever wanted to be able to do for my own children. And so I thought, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? I didn't want to go back to my original high school, and at that point, I was 18 years old. And through the summer, I thought, well, I'm going to apply to St. Michael's. And I applied, but I knew there was quite a wait list. So in September, I had gone into the school and asked, hey, I need to get in. I don't know what I need to do that, but I need to get into school. And thankfully, the principal there had talked to me, and he's like, you know what? You can start tomorrow. And that honestly was quite a fear because I was like, what happens with childcare? But thankfully, my son's grandparents, Corey and Lori Burdick, were able to step in and get up every morning and be able to watch him so I could start going to school until I got childcare.
What were some of the other challenges that you faced while trying to get your diploma?
I lost my son's father in December. So I started school in December. So I started school in September, and I was only going until February to get my diploma. But I would say that was a big roadblock there where I just felt drained. I felt confused, lost, and honestly, I didn't think I was going to go back after that winter break there, but I was able to push through that because I understood then now my son has one parent. This is more that I have to do and more I have to push to give him the best life ever, being the single parent.
What was it like the day that you finished your last class?
Honestly, it was such a relief. I didn't really believe it because I've been in this cycle of high school and not doing too great, and it would just be summer and I still haven't finished another thing. And so it felt really weird where I would say for the first week there, it felt like it was just a summer vacation where I'm not doing anything for a bit. But it really set in, I want to say, when I celebrated with my family that I graduated, where I was like, okay, I'm done with high school. Now just got to get through college and I'll be great.
Did you find your ability to stay focused and your determination to get the diploma was very different when you went to the adult school versus your old high school?
Yes, for sure, because I knew there was a little person now that I have to do this for, I have to do good for. And I do want to say St. Michael's was so welcoming and I felt like I fit in perfectly there.
Why do you say that?
Honestly, I think it is because it is an adult high school. And at that point, I was so mature, I can't picture myself in that state sitting in a regular high school class, but sitting around a bunch of adults where it didn't feel embarrassing to be getting my diploma. It didn't feel like I was out of the ordinary for any way. I felt like I was similar to a lot of people and I was able to meet other moms and stuff there.
Yeah, I was wondering when you were sitting there and when you look around if you saw people that you immediately connected with.
Oh, yes, 100%.
A lot of people who share your story.
Oh, yes. Like, there is a lot of moms that go there, just adults in general. And there's a lot of people I'm able to connect with, relate with. And it was just like a comforting environment that I honestly looked forward to going to every day instead of it feeling like a chore I have to do.
You've been through a lot. What keeps you going and pursuing now college?
Well, see, obviously the answer is my son. He honestly taught me, because even when I was pregnant, I thought I was going to have him and kind of still be unmotivated. Like, he taught me so much motivation, so much love. And I just want to be able to give that all back to him and show him, like, your mom is going to give you the best life she can. And so definitely it's for him.
How did motherhood change you? Because you said you weren't very motivated in high school,
Oh, yeah.
maybe a bit selfish. Would that be right?
Yes,
Yeah.
for
Did
sure.
you find when you became a mom that there was no room for that?
Yeah, no, there is no room for that. You can't be lazy. You can't just not want to do something. You have to do it. You have to give it your all. And every day you wake up and you're doing it. You have to be a mother. You have to do the best you can do. And I'm glad that I'm doing that for my son.
Yeah. And you have a support team around you.
Oh, amazing.
It takes a village.
It really does.
Finding that village is sometimes half the battle. What would you say to other young moms who feel like their dreams are out of reach?
Honestly, everything can feel scary for a while, and you can feel like, you can't get certain things done. But I want any mom out there to know you can do it. You just have to have the motivation, and you have to know you're doing it all for that child that looks up to you.
Yeah. How old is your son now?
My son is going to be 2 in August.
You're still in the trenches. Thanks so much for coming in, Zoe.
Thank you for having me.
Zoe Hudson has graduated from St. Michael's Adult Catholic High School with her high school diploma. She is on her way to become an ultrasound technician at St. Clair College in the fall.